All right, women. How do you want, would you ever become a female pickup artist? Would it be nice if you had the power without any anxiety and you knew exactly how to do it, if you could actually go and meet people in public, right? The way that men are supposed to do it, but they don't do, like men don't even do it well. But women, if you could do it, like if you actually, if it was socially acceptable, is it socially acceptable? Well, anyway, I found this TikTok last weekend and it was really interesting. Okay.
I was like, you need to hurry it up. This
All right,
man's heading out.
Let's go back to the start.
Okay, so last week I was in the dispensary and there was this really handsome man, and my lady who was helping me out was going real slow. And I was like, you need to hurry it up. This man's heading out the door and I absolutely need his number. So he leaves. I'm trying to rush through my cashier interaction.
Right off the bat, she's like, I absolutely need his number. Do women think like this? I think once in my life, maybe twice, a woman has, no, I think maybe only once a woman has like given me her number or just asked. This never happens to me. This is why I've taught myself to desensitize myself to socializing so I could just go and talk to anybody and ask people out, because nobody's doing it for me.
Excuse me. And I run out and I like look both ways. I don't know where he went. I'm on my way to my friend's house, so I just continue onward. And then I see him like a block ahead and I was wearing heels. I was not moving quickly, but he goes up a block and I know that the street I'm on, he can't see me anymore. And I have like 2 purses. I was like going to get ready for a night out, which means I wasn't even ready yet, but I had to talk to him. So I hike up my stuff and I start like running. And then as soon as I come around the corner, I slow down.
Maybe this only happens to like really good looking guys, good looking people. I don't know.
As to not look like I'm chasing him. But my shoes were really loud and he heard me and he turned around. And I was like, hey, sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with you. And then he waited. And yeah, I didn't even know what my plan was. I just like wanted to talk to him. And so I was just like, hey, you caught my eye in the dispensary and I wanted to know if you were single. And he was a little shocked and was like, oh, yeah, I am. And I was like, okay, sweet. What's your name? So we exchanged names. We had a little banter for a couple minutes. And it was funny because I ended up swinging the interaction where he was like, can I have your number? And I was like, yeah, girls got game.
I mean, I don't even think that was like a trick or anything. I think men are so trained to be the one to make the move that once he knew that it was like she was actually interested in him, I think he just like assumed the role of the person that asks her out.
But now we've been texting for the last couple days and we're gonna make plans for next week. But the point of this video is shoot your shot, because I feel like if he wasn't interested, he would have just said he wasn't single. And I was prepared for that rejection. I knew going up to talk to him that could happen, but I don't know. Live a little. Okay, so
first of all, I could tell she's really confident, but there's a lot of confident people. There's a lot of confident women, but they're not trying to get guys' numbers, especially really good looking guys' numbers, or maybe they are. I don't know. I need to know the answer. All I know is that I really dig this person. I loved her story. I loved her confidence. I loved her storytelling abilities. But I also found the comments quite funny. Sarah got a top comment, or not a top comment, but one of them. Men should definitely not try to follow women out of stores and down streets and try to get their numbers, just saying. So she got a lot of responses to that. I wouldn't mind as long as they don't harass me after I say no. Yeah, I share the sentiment with the other why not. I think we should read. No, because men murder women for rejecting them. Agree. Well, okay. Men murder women for. Men murder. Men have murdered. Should you go outside? Men murder people just walking down the street. Individual men aren't the personification of patriarchy. Most men are just chilling. Okay. But then I said something. I don't know where I said it. Maybe we're not even going to get to it. I said, no one should do that, but Sarah, that's not what she did. And she said, basically, that's exactly what she did. When I mean that's not what she did is she didn't go, oh, let me run down the street and chase him. It was kind of one of those weird situations where she was like, oh, I'm just going to go outside and talk to the guy. But then it ended up that she didn't see him. And then when she was walking home, she did see him like on that street. And she's like, oh, okay, well, let me at least go catch up to him. She wasn't like, oh, let me go chase him, chase. Like it wasn't like that. And so, yeah, men also shouldn't do that. Men shouldn't go, oh, there's a woman. Let me go chase her down the street. No, it should be organic and simple and easy where anybody should do this. If you see somebody you're attracted to, go and talk to them. If they're leaving and you're leaving, well, go out and say, hey, what's up? There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm trying to do is change the whole thing about how people meet each other. The reason why everybody's so freaked out about men approaching women is because guys fucking suck at it. They're horrible. And they've been trained by fucking red pill bullshit pickup artist loser fucks that it's like, fuck her if she doesn't like you. Like, and even just the whole dynamic of just like, come to her like dominant man to woman. Blah, blah. It's like, no, dude, just talk to a person. Anyway, does anybody want me to bring her on the show? Put it in the live chat if you want me to bring her on the show. All I need is one yes. I'm not going to work hard for this because I want her on the show. Liana. Okay, well, fuck it. I'm just going to bring her on anyway. What's up? Can you hear me? You're here.
I am here. Yes.
Okay, cool. Did you mute yourself?
I think I did.
That's okay. What's up? Yo, you're the girl in the TikTok, aren't you?
I am. This is me.
Where are you looking right now? You're looking all over your screen.
Yeah, I'm confused at which window I should be in right now.
Yeah, you're in like 3 windows for me. Like you're literally in the TikTok, you're in the Zoom, and then you're in my stream.
Little bit of Britception happening.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, there's a Britception. Malkovich. Have you ever seen Being John Malkovich?
I honestly haven't.
Oh, you
I'm
have to see
terrible
it.
with movies.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But okay, so you're here. First of all, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And your name is Brittany, or Britt. What do you go by?
Listen, being a Brittany my whole life, I've landed on Brit as I've gotten older.
Yeah. I mean, I think both are great.
Brittany is when I'm being ridiculous. Every other time it's Brit.
I don't have any connection to a Brittany being a kind of like a ridiculous person. Are you like referring to Britney Spears? Is that it?
I guess just like growing up as a Britney in the early 2000s, I just got a lot of like, oh, like Spears.
Oh,
So
I see.
now I'm kind of like, look, it's just Brit.
Yeah, I guess I don't connect it to Britney Spears immediately. I just think it's a nice name. So Brit's also a great name. And it's also the name of one of my favorite songwriters, Britt Daniel from Spoon, if you know Spoon.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I'm showing up on your live
All right,
stream knowing none of your references.
I gotta get you hip. I gotta get you hip to some stuff, Britt. Okay?
Yeah, I guess
Listen,
so.
if you come on my beta's podcast,
Uh-oh.
I got to show you some beta culture. No. So, first of all, I think it's dope what you did. I want to know, do you meet men in public all the time?
So I have successfully had one other relationship from doing that exact same thing,
Whoa.
but that I think I've only done it maybe 4 times ever. And so
Got it.
one time led to like a 2-year relationship. Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Wait, you've done it how many times ever?
maybe 4.
4 times. Got it. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. It's not something I do regularly. You really have to catch my eye, but I'm not scared to if you
Got it.
really do catch my eye.
Now, is it like literally like it's a hot guy? Like how hot is hot to you?
Uh, well, that's the thing. I feel like it's not just it's like style, I feel like as well. It's not just
Got it.
the physical
It's
attraction,
the
it's like
whole
the
vibe.
whole essence of someone, yeah. Or at least
Okay.
what I project their essence to be as
Okay.
I see
Yeah,
them in
exactly. Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny how we fill in the blanks when we see somebody that we like.
Yeah, completely.
Y-
The person that I approached had a lot of tattoos,
Mhm.
and that was kind of my first. I don't know. I was thinking recently about how with fashion, you're not only dressing your avatar, but you're also signaling to people with like-minded
Yes.
taste to say like I'm one
Yes.
of you, you know. And so
You're
I feel like that's
wearing, yeah, you're basically
yeah,
wearing the symbol of kind of maybe a creative, who knows, maybe a more, I
yeah.
don't know.
Especially if you have tattoos that literally say, like meaningful phrases or something like that,
Yeah.
symbols and imagery that you relate to. Yeah.
And you have tattoos?
Yeah, I have 5.
Oh, nice. Are
Yeah, they're
they,
all
are
just kind
they,
of little
got
geometric
it.
things like that. Yeah.
Um, are others like on your arms where they're like easily visible?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to, I just want to like ask you questions
Sure.
about this story because I personally believe, like, I think just everybody should be talking to everybody in public if they're interested, whether it's for friends, whether it's for something more than friends. I just think everybody should be doing it. I hate gender roles
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
Um,
That's a
and
whole.
and I don't think there should be like the man to the woman should be acting this way and the woman should be submitting and blah, blah. Just I think people should be talking to people. I think it's simple as that. Why are we overcomplicating it?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like part of my comfort in doing that is also pre-pandemic. I was working as a nanny.
Mm.
And so I didn't have coworkers, so I was here for the pedestrian interactions throughout my day. I'm like, hey, cashier, I really
Okay.
haven't talked to an adult yet today. So, I
Wow.
feel like that also,
Holy crap.
I like working with kids makes me outgoing. And then I
Mm.
spent quite a few years not having real coworkers. So my
Yeah.
personal equation makes me a little more comfortable doing so.
Yo.
Um,
That's the same as
Apparently,
me.
it's really Venus in Aries behavior. I don't know too much about
Uh,
astrology, but that is what I am. And I'm like, okay, I don't know much about that, but the internet was like classic,
nice. Nice.
you know?
I'm all for planets telling us who we are.
You
Um,
know?
so I was a babysitter for many years, and I worked with kids for
Nice.
many years. Maybe that's why I like talking to strangers too.
Yeah, I mean they're so present and they don't know not to talk to
Yes,
strangers. So,
yes, they
you
are
know,
so damn present. That's what I love about
mhm.
them so much. I before that I was like a gymnastics teacher for them at a place called the Little Gym. It's all over the world.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I used to teach dance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so um, yeah, but I don't know. I think there's more to it than that. I mean, the fact that you'll talk to because okay, here's another thing. You probably know more inside scoop of I don't know women than I do. Are women like approaching cute people in public at bars, at parties, and at cafes and like saying, "Hey, what's up?"
Not really in my circles, no.
Hmm. Um,
No, it doesn't seem to be typical behavior.
by the way, Gall in the live chat says she likes your shirt,
Oh,
and I
thank
like
you.
it too. It reminds me of like Bikini Bottom.
Okay, all right. I mean, positive reference. I'm here for that. It's like patchwork or something. I have no idea. I thrifted it.
Okay, so did you have anxiety when you went to go approach him?
No, I feel like
What is that? I need to know what inside your head was happening that did not give you anxiety.
if we're being completely honest, I feel like I'm also aware of the novelty that in doing it, I know like this never happens.
Mm,
I know I can walk up to you and you're gonna be surprised I did this.
yeah. But isn't that even scary?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's even scarier. Like, oh my God. Like, I'm catching them off guard. Um, like, what if
I
they're
guess
like,
I
what
just
are you
feel like
doing? This is not socially acceptable. Like, that's what I feel like, most people think is going to happen.
I feel so I have this, I don't want to call it a mantra because I don't say this to myself, but it's kind of a way that I move through the world where you can do awkward two ways.
Hmm.
You can do awkward where you're both separate from it and you're both like, whoa, this is so weird. Or you can do
Mm.
awkward where you both are aware it's awkward and you're kind of
Yo.
bonding in the awkward. Um, and so I feel like having that, I feel like I just have the ability to be like, huh, this is crazy,
Yes.
right?
That's
And then just
so,
kind of
oh my God. Okay, that was such a mindset shift for me. That was fucking great, dude. I love that. Um, the way I got over it is not awkward, like seeing awkward differently, but performance wise. So like, I always had performance anxiety, and I still do have really, really bad performance anxiety. Like when I'm filming YouTube videos, I'm like, it sometimes takes me all day to film like a 30-minute video. I'm like, I don't know how TikTokers like you are able to just pull up the phone and then comfortably talk to the phone. Um, but I am very, very relaxed, like just talking to somebody.
yeah.
And so what I had to do, and when I was like learning to approach people, is say, okay, listen, you got to stop seeing this as a performance. Like, you're not over there to dance and sing. Excuse me, I just burped. You're not over there to like dance and sing and like, put on a show for this person, because this is not you entertaining somebody for their heart. I mean, like, this is two people meeting and connecting and getting to know each other. And so I had to like unbrainwash myself, because, I would see all of these guys going up to women and at a bar or something like that. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, how is that happening? What are they saying? Blah, blah, blah. And again, it was performance headspace for me. And I had to remove that, and just go see this person as a person and talk to them like they're your best friend. And when I was able to fix that in my head, I don't have any more anxiety talking to strangers.
Yeah, I feel like when you can break that fourth wall and like know that I don't know, presence is such a big part of it. And I feel like when you go in thinking you need a script, like you're saying, you see these
Mm,
people going up to people
yeah.
in bars, they have their lines that they
Yeah.
say. You can definitely get in your head about what you should be saying. I think that's one of the most helpful things for me is I constantly analyze my shoulds because most of the time they're not mine.
Mm,
And so when I say, oh, should or shouldn't I do that? Okay, well, what do I actually just want? Because
yeah.
realistically, that's probably somebody
Yes.
else's concept about how I should behave. And do I even care about that? Who's enforcing
Yes.
that?
Yes. And the other thing is like that I always remind myself is like, because this is another thing, like pickup artists, and I mean, everybody, like their brain is going, I have to change this person's mind. I have to go from this person not being into me, not liking me as a person, and to then having them not only like me as a person, but want to like, you know, have our junk mashed together too. Like, that sounds like
Yeah.
a crazy feat. Um, but um, wait, hold on. My brain. I just had a brain fart. I think it's because I've been smoking a lot
You
of weed
said
lately.
junk mashed together. You got a little caught up on that.
Yeah, I think my brain was. Yeah, hold on. I've been smoking weed like every night for the past 2 months because I just got into it again, and my memory has
Yeah.
been wild. Like I can't remember anything anymore. Now it's to the point where it's mid sentence. But all right, let me back up what my point was. Hold on. 1 second.
Honestly, when you try too hard to remember, it ends up like,
Yeah, I'm gonna get it once I start. Oh, let's just talk. Okay, so I was talking about everybody. Then what was it? I said everybody does this. Oh, they want to change minds. That's what it is. Okay,
oh,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they go up to people trying to change minds. I have to make this person attracted to me, and I had to also do a little like unbrainwashing and just go, listen, I don't want to meet people that don't like me. So it's not a change people's minds. It's how can I get good at just finding the people that are already going to like me,
Yeah.
you know? And so I think there's two big ways to do that. One is to, like you said, well, he had tattoos. I kind of liked his vibe. So he was already putting out a vibe that was matching your personality. So it's like, go where, and where did you meet him? At a dispensary. And it's like, there's more. I mean, I'm sure there's like some like-minded interests going on in just where you were. And so like, go to places where you're likely to just automatically connect with people, where they're automatically going to welcome you because they could see that you're part of their tribe already. And so there's no changing of minds. When I was in my early 20s, I would just go out with my friends to where they wanted to go out, which was what? Freaking sports bars, where they would, on the weekends, it would just be pumping fists, loud, screaming, partying, sports on the TVs, everyone just screaming at each other. I was, because I'm not like that. I'm not the type of person that's going into the dance floor and, hey, so what's up? Like, I don't have that about me. So during that time, I was changing people's minds, or I had to be, because that's not who I am. And then when I kind of moved to New York and started to go to like bars in Brooklyn and stuff, I was like, wait, like not all bars are like that. Like there's just people that, are wearing silly hats and want to, talk to each other about music or something like that. Like that's chill. I like that. But number two is, to be as real as possible, like the realest me that I am. And that will make me polarizing in a good way, where the people that actually go, the people that are looking for me, they're going to go, oh, there he is, because he's fully right there. And the people that don't like me, they'll say, okay, get him out of the way. And if I water my personality down, the right people are going to go, I don't know if that's the one I'm looking for, because I watered myself down. And that, when you said, it had to do with saying, well, I'm not, are the shoulds for me or for other people? That's what reminded
Yeah.
me of that.
Yeah, what you're explaining is something that I've thought about for quite a few years now, as I've just been trying to embody my authentic self. And I think a lot about how you have, similar to the shoulds, you have all these expectations that you adopt from societal narratives, from your family's narratives, from your peers, from the media. And then you have your own internal
Mm-hmm.
desires. And a lot of the time they conflict. And so what I've realized myself is, if I'm not actually living for myself, a lot of the time people are never going to be satisfied with what you're doing anyways, because there's always something more to ask of you. So then you're exhausting yourself being
Mm.
somebody that you think other people want, then they're not
Yes.
happy, but you're not happy because you're not doing it for yourself.
Yes.
And so, yeah, at that point, it's like, okay, I just have to be myself because I'm going to be wildly unfulfilled otherwise.
Yeah, and so like what you just said reminds me of or yeah, I mean, I guess this is the first time I'm ever going to use this phrase. Piggybacking off of what you just said. See?
Haha.
Wow, I'm an
Yeah.
official adult because I say adult things now. Piggybacking off of what you said, Britt. Yeah,
Hmm.
when I'm not myself and I'm trying to be somebody else for somebody else, that is a lot of mental effort. That's exhausting. And I would remember going on dates, and if I wasn't in the right mood or what I thought wasn't the right mood, that would just exhaust me more to try to be in what I thought was the right mood rather than just going, I'm just going to take whatever vibe I'm in and trust that this is the right one. And a lot of the times the people kind of matched my vibe. And also, I was a lot more energized and relaxed because I was going autopilot, which is who it's just being me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no calculations.
Exactly.
You don't have
Um,
to strategize. That's the weirdest thing to me about dating is the strategy that people seem to need to
mm,
have. And I'm like, oh my God, I
yes.
can't with this strategy. Like, if I want to talk to you, I'm going to talk to you. If I want to call you, I'm going to call you. If I want to text you, I'm going to
Yeah.
text you. Like, I hate these
I'm the
games.
fastest responder in the fucking West
Yeah.
because I live in California, so I could say in the West. Um, like, I don't care. Like, I love texting. So when somebody texts me, even if they took 3 days to text me, I'll text them back in 2 seconds.
Yeah. And I'm
I
big on voice notes too. And I'm like, I don't know if this is making other people
ooh
uncomfortable, but like, I love to get my tone involved. I want to paint a
yes, dude.
picture.
So now do you do you think that everybody should just be you know talking and meeting and hitting on each other in public?
Well, as per my TikTok comments, yeah, that stirred up a lot of drama, and it really just made me laugh thinking about, yeah, for generations, what were we doing before the internet?
Mm,
People had to interact with each other. So
yeah.
I'm all for it, but as I made a reply video for some of the people who are getting a little worked up about how men can't do that, it's all about context, right? And I
Mm,
think the biggest thing is to not have expectations. That's
mm,
what's creepy, is to go up to somebody feeling entitled to their time
yes.
or their number or like whatever it is. And so if you can go with you know I genuinely had the mindset that even just getting to practice communication skills and approaching somebody was useful, even if I didn't get his number, even if it didn't go anywhere. I was like, oh, cool. Well, at least I get to like talk to a new person, even if it's just for 2 minutes. And that
Mm,
was enough for me. And if it gets to turn into something great, but um, it just doesn't need to be such a whole ordeal like people are making it
yes.
into.
I think
Yeah.
I think some important things, piggybacking off of what you just said, is
Hmm.
yeah, the 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 intentions.
Yeah.
Like if the intentions are I want this person to be attracted to me. So I'm going to try to do things to make them attracted to me. That is just going to come off creepy. It just is because that's not how people interact in a healthy way.
And it's funny that you say that too, because even once you do know there's that attraction and you start talking to somebody, I've even been learning too that, I've seen this man now twice. We have plans tomorrow. Um, but it's funny because after our first date, he asked to kiss me and I had a great time, but I didn't want to kiss him.
Mm,
And I was like, no, I'm good. And it's funny because I even thought, saying no, I could then give him the impression that I'm not interested anymore, but I'm going to listen to how I feel right now. I'm not feeling that pull of the moment. I could kiss you, but I don't really know you yet. And what does that really mean to me?
yeah.
And so I think that even once you've begun dating somebody, we can get in our heads, okay, are they my husband? Are they my forever person? And again, just being present and like letting
Yeah.
things be what they are right
Yes.
now and like seeing where they go and not rushing into trying to turn it into something that it isn't.
Now, was this
And like
disp
really reveling in, sorry, just really
No,
reveling
keep
in
going.
the small bits.
Mm. I love
I
that.
feel like people try to rush intimacy and it's really nice to be
Yes.
like, oh, like I actually
Yes.
don't know you. This is exciting.
Now, are you talking about the dispensary guy that you went on the date and you chose not to kiss?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanna talk about the date and all that stuff in the follow up, but I do want to
Sure.
piggyback off of what you just said right there too. Is I think men have been taught to try to hook up as soon as possible because they feel that's the lock in. As in, if
Right.
they don't get it in time, the window's going to close, she's going to lose interest, not feel the spark, and move on. Now, I I can say in a way that is true, but it's like largely exaggerated and way too thought about, and like it's much more effective and powerful to just say, listen, if it happens, it's going to happen, and I'm just going to focus on how much I like you and having a great time with you. And you know it's more okay. So another thing is, like, I always, when I was really young, like I always wondered why women were not so excited to hook up as much as guys do. Like, why did they like to wait? I was like, well, I don't get it. We like each other, right? We're attracted to each other, right? So why can't we have sex now? I don't get it. And it wasn't until later on um, that I realized it's more enjoyable. Once I kind of shed the need to feel um, attractive, to to and also shed the idea that hooking up quickly is what locks it in. Um, I was able to just and also shed this need to hook up. I don't know if that was the first one that I said, but anyway,
Yeah.
um, I was able to actually experience something that I didn't know existed before called tension. And that is such an amazing
Tension.
feeling where, like, like, I remember having one girlfriend where we were like, let's see how long we could wait. And we were literally in a relationship. And we were like, let's see how long we could wait to have sex. And there's a scene in, have you seen the movie Vanilla Sky?
Only like once. I don't think I would know your
Okay.
reference.
It's such a great movie, but Tom
I
Cruise
gotta
is in
let
it.
you gotta write me a list. I have some
Yeah,
things
I
to
gotta. Yeah, we gotta talk. But
Yeah.
are you? By the way, are you the type of person that takes in a lot of culture like that? Movies, music.
I mean, I feel like when I'm interested, I'm interested.
Hmm.
If I'm not, I can't fake it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. So anyway, there's this scene where he's talking to somebody and he's like, "I'm a pleasure delayer," and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And
Yeah.
he's basically talking about what we're talking about right now, but he's saying it in like a very creepy way. But it's just
Hmm.
tension, and it's like that feeling of like the chemistry is stronger and stronger, and it's like I didn't know the feeling of like what's fourth date sex feel like, where like
Yeah.
it's like when you guys know each other so well, and when you guys are like when you guys have acknowledged that you're attracted to each other and then keep connecting, and it's like then when you hook up or kiss, it's like that feeling was so much better than having sex on the first night.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm very obsessed with tension. I feel like it's just so like I could go fuck somebody like that's
Yes.
oh sorry, I don't know. I don't know
How
if I could.
dare you? It's not even based on rules of broadcasting, but the thought that you could curse on my show is really what I'm upset about. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, no, yeah, I feel like it's just maybe that is one of my female privileges to say it's so easy to go fuck
Yeah.
somebody, but yeah, I feel like it's just kind of boring. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
great. What does that even really mean? I feel like it's so fun to really like draw it out and also just arousal's so big if you let it be. I feel like people think arousal needs to be very like genital focused, but your whole body can
Mm,
be an antenna for that. And
yes,
I feel
yeah.
like, yeah, I feel
I'm
I feel
snapping.
like the older I get, the more I enjoy every little kiss, every and even
Yes.
before the kiss, it kind of reminds me of like my first experiences where I'm like,
Hmm.
oh my goodness, like, are we gonna kiss? When's it
Yes.
gonna happen? Oh my God,
Yes.
his hands on my knee, things are tingling.
Yes,
Like, oh,
having
I
a
want to
little
experience that.
curiosity, having a little bit of like, I don't know what's going to happen. Instead of saying, I
Yeah.
need this to happen, I'm going to, not when I say force, I don't mean force actually. I
No,
mean,
no,
like,
no.
I'm going to try to
But
force
rush.
this. I'm going to try to force this situation to happen, basically. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to make it, I'm going to try to make the, set the variables up in that we want to have sex on the first night. And I don't care about that, and like, yeah, I just think that's so big. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because you talked about that. Oh, actually, before we go to the date, before we talk about the date, I do want to ask you some other stuff too. So like,
Sure.
I loved also seeing the men and boys comment
The
in
boys,
your
yeah.
video, and what kind of stuff were they saying about your story?
So it was ranging from like where are all these women, like who I didn't know women did this, to this is not ladylike, women shouldn't chase men, to like this is creepy, if a man did this they'd be called a rapist, and
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
yeah, everything under the sun that you could think of. It ended up escalating to talking about, yeah, like male privilege and how
Yeah.
women have more privilege, and then I had to be like, if that's
Yeah.
what you really think, get off my page
I
because
yeah, I love how it's so funny how like red pill, you know what red pill is?
yeah, like that's the whole alpha
Yeah.
male whole
Yeah,
thing.
like
Yeah.
yeah. It's so funny how like guys that take on this red pill philosophy, they've set it up so women should not talk to men in public, and also men should not talk to women in public. Okay, what the fuck do we do then?
Great.
Like
The
it,
population ends here, I guess.
yeah. But like basically, and I'm going to get like cheesy and woo woo, but not even woo woo, just like cheesy, but it's it's the difference between like when the ego is involved, when the ego when you're wearing like the ego helmet versus when
Mhm.
you're wearing the love helmet. Listen, if everybody was full of love, if talking to a stranger was just an act of love, there would be no questions about any of this. And it's just because um, I think the internet just has a way of opening up the ego a lot more, because they're not, people are not in front of you, so it's hard to be present to that person, and so you have all of these negative egoic thoughts.
It's literally a hall of mirrors. That's what I found the most interesting, is like the way people are responding really tells me more about who they are and how they would interact in these situations than who I am. Because I know how I handled myself. I know that
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable and respectful and all of those
Mm-hmm.
things. So it was really interesting to see. And women were also saying that it was creepy and saying that it
Yeah.
was unladylike and like,
Yeah.
girl, this is embarrassing. Don't chase a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's basically people that just have been raised to subscribe to gender roles, and
Yeah.
the why, they don't have a why, and if they did have a why, it's because that's how it works. And well, you proved that that's not how it works, or that doesn't have to be how it works. So like, I don't want to, I'm not in the business of saying, oh, the gender role dynamic that society has in place for us is wrong. I mean, in some places it is, but in terms of like, well, I want to be the man and I want to be the dominant and the woman should be this, like, if that's what you want, go for it. If it's a healthy and safe, go for it.
Yeah.
But the, I, what I do have a huge problem with is going, well, that's the only way. Why?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
It it's
yeah.
funny. I so my mother passed away when I was young, and so I was just raised by my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've grown up, it's been interesting to see something that I think a lot about is shame. I think about how, in my opinion, shame is at the root of so many mental health issues for so many people. I think that when you truly believe you are a bad person, not just, oh, I've made mistakes, but like you to your core are a bad person because you've been receiving certain judgment and projection your whole life, then you do have a harder time being authentic. And
Mm.
so, in that same vein, I've witnessed my friends that are women, you know, have their mothers kind of pass along that this is how women act. This is what's
Mm.
ladylike. This is, you know, how to be appropriate and how to carry yourself
Mm.
and how to talk to other people. And I didn't have that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't have any sexual shame and I don't have any
Mm.
shame around how I'm supposed to be carrying myself. And so I find that really, really fascinating because, you know, I know that people don't even do it intentionally, but the way that we communicate with our families and the way that we perpetuate, like you're saying, these gender roles, I
Mm.
didn't have that gender to perpetuate the role. So I think that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do think that anybody could perpetuate the gender roles.
For sure. For
But
sure.
I do think it is basically what I want to say is like I think it's great that you had a great, you know, you had somebody that taught you great values and that you could be whoever you wanted to be, and not have to subscribe to certain things. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I
yeah,
definitely feel lucky in that regard.
because yeah, it's definitely family, and then it's friends. But it definitely starts in the family. Um,
And now
so
this beautiful thing, the internet here.
yeah, oh my God, I forgot about that part. Okay, let's get to the date. So
Sure.
you ask, you talk to the guy. He
Mhm.
goes, "Let me get your number," and then what happened?
Yeah. And so basically, it was a really sweet little text exchange. He had sent me his name so that I had his number, and he said, shot me a text saying, "Thanks for being brave." I playfully was like,
Oh,
"Thanks
that
for
was
being
sweet.
receptive to my clip clop trot," because I had
Yeah,
heels on.
yeah.
And he just said, "What a start." And I thought that was a really cute response because
Mm-hmm.
there's implication that it could be something, but you don't
That
know what
is,
it
yeah,
is,
that is sweet.
right? And then, yeah, and then he actually hopped on the voice memos first. He's not a big texter. And it was funny
Ooh.
because he said in there, you know, if you're not comfortable, don't worry. I know this isn't everyone's thing. I was like, you don't know me yet. I am all for the voice memos. So we've just been voice memoing and we ended up going on the date. I met him on Friday and we ended up going on the date on Tuesday. So
Okay,
uh 4 days of, you know, kind
you
of
posted
figuring
this
out plans.
TikTok. You posted this TikTok last Friday.
I think I posted it on the Sunday.
Okay, got it. But you met
Yeah.
him less than a week ago. This story happened less than a week ago.
So I met him on May 6th. So it's been, oh, okay, almost about 2 weeks now.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
But it's all moving so fast. That's why it felt like less than a week ago. Okay, well, like basically kind of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you guys had cute little texts or voice
Voice
messages.
notes. Yeah. Which is a
Okay.
little more personal too. You get to hear tone, you
Yes.
get some more personality. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened?
Then we meet for the date. And
What
as
was
I
it?
pulled up to the date, so I asked him to meet me at a Mexican restaurant,
Wow, so
kind of in
you
between.
also planned the date.
He suggested something, but it was all the way on the other side of the city. And I wanted to bike, and I was like, honestly, let's just go here.
Nice.
And so I went to meet him there, and it turns out it was closed. So he was
Hmm.
sitting outside, and I didn't know it was closed. It was supposed to be open, but I guess it was because it's an independent restaurant, little family emergency moment. And so as I was pulling up on my bike, he had been talking to this couple, and I see him kind of gesture like, "Oh, there she is," as they're walking
Mm.
away. And this couple is like my ex's best friends.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
I'm pulling up on my bike. He's like, "Oh, like, how are you?" I've made intense eye contact with these
Mm.
two who I've literally been on vacations with. We've
Oh
gone to
my God.
concerts.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
there goes those two. I'm going to hear about this later.
Oh my God. But are you on
And
good
then
terms with them?
my ex, I'm literally dog sitting his dog right now.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
we're,
All
yeah,
right, so
we're
it's not
good,
like
but
a freaky moment.
no, but that, for the reason that we are in communication, I knew I was just going to hear like a
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah. I get it.
But it was funny because, I get off my bike. I'm like, "Oh, do you know those two people?" He's like, "No, we were all just bonding because the place is closed." And I was like, "Okay, well, this is who those two people are for me." And he's like, "Oh my God, I told them that I was waiting for a date." So now they've
Wow.
connected that I am the
Wow.
date.
Yes.
But it was a good icebreaker, you know.
Yeah.
The restaurant's closed. This is chaos. Now we're just kind of bonding over this weird situation.
Yes. Yes, dude.
So yeah, we ended up getting dinner and
Great.
we walked around a little bit afterwards and then headed home.
Okay,
Um,
so talking about that kiss thing, did he go
yeah.
in for a kiss at all or mention
No,
anything like that?
no. I was unlocking my bike. He had drove and I rode my bike, and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, we were kind of doing our lingering goodbye thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he politely asked if he could kiss me,
Oh, got it.
and I just said no, thank you.
Got it.
I don't really feel that moment right now, but I had a really great time, and I definitely love to see you again.
Nice. Now, were you attracted to him on that date? Did everything go well? Was it an A plus date?
Yeah, we laughed a lot. Our conversations were really flowing. We both interrupted each other so many times out
Mm-hmm.
of like excitement, out of what one
Yes, of
another was
course.
saying.
Of course.
So to me, it felt like really playful and really, yeah, really fun. But in terms of that like magnetic pull that you
Mm-hmm.
feel towards somebody, I didn't necessarily have that, but I do really like the way he thinks, and
Yeah.
yeah, he makes me laugh. So uh, yeah, I saw him, I ended up giving him a call the next Saturday because I happened to be in his area again. And so I like to be really forward and just gave him a phone call when I was near him. And we ended up taking a walk to get some ice cream
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. And now we have plans tomorrow. I actually don't know. He sent me a voice note just before I hopped on here, so I'm not sure what it says.
Whoa, can we listen to it live?
Oh my God, no. I don't want to put him on the spot like that.
Some things should stay sacred. Is that what you're
Yeah.
trying to tell me?
Yeah, I'll let him. No, I didn't
I
consent.
know.
He
I
didn't
know.
consent to
Yeah.
that.
I know. I just took a chance there.
Yeah.
But I don't think you were being really forward by calling him. I mean, I think by, you know, society standards, yeah, but I just want people to fucking talk. I hate all this wait a certain amount of days or like just fucking if you like somebody, like that's my philosophy is like when I connect with somebody really well, like we're not thinking about waiting to respond. We're just back and forth, back and
Oh,
forth. It's just good vibes
yeah.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that I like is not going to be disinterested by me going, "Hey, I just wanted to randomly call you." Ew,
Exactly.
weird. Weird. Everything about you is so great, but then you decided to call me? What? Like that just doesn't make sense in my brain now that I have adopted the headspace of I'm not changing your mind here. I'm Anthony, and if you like Anthony, then you like this. If you don't like Anthony,
Yeah.
you don't like what I'm doing now. Simple as that.
Yeah. It is funny phone calls specifically though. I feel like with the internet and this generation, I
Yeah.
just feel like people get like certain people really hate phone calls, and I am such a phone call person that
Me
I've like
too.
told my best friends this. I'm like, if you really want to make an impression on me, you spontaneously call me, and I will be
Yes.
like, "Oh wow, that was forward. Okay,"
Yes.
you know.
Yes. I want that. I want more phone calls.
Yeah.
I love talking on the phone. I mean, I just love talking to people. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
no, it
talking
makes
to
that
you.
sense. Here we are. This is basically a phone call.
um, okay. So there's women here.
Hmm.
There's probably the majority is women here. Um,
Is that the majority of your audience typically?
it's about 50-50, but I'd say maybe it's like 60-40 sometimes women. Um, so for the women that are watching, what do you give them some advice? I mean, you've already given them so much gems and stuff, but like, give me some more.
Oh, advice. I like I said in some of my response videos, I just feel like being present, like to me, finding a way to laugh with somebody is a way to bond with them. So even if it's something as small as, um, in the middle of the conversation, you see like a child do something silly walking past you, or
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know, whatever you can find to relate on. When I had actually met, Mystery Tattoo Man,
Mm-hmm.
he was holding this big bag of Gatorade. And so after the initial, hey, you caught my eye, whatever, I was like, you having a wild night tonight? You getting ready for, your
Nice,
hangover tomorrow? Because
nice.
he's got like 8 Gatorades on him. And so
That's
I
how I
feel
am.
like, like, and he wasn't, he apparently just needed to hydrate, but
Yeah, yeah, but that's great.
whatever, yeah, whatever you can find to like, find a laugh at something, I feel like is the best
Mm.
way to quickly bond with somebody.
Mm.
And to just really, reference Pitbull here and YOLO it up. But I feel like, okay, great, you make an ass of yourself to a complete stranger, you're likely never going to see them again. And at least now you have a story and they have a story, and that's just
Yeah.
life. It's just really
Mm.
not that serious. And I feel like when you can acknowledge that, people can also sense that from you. So then when you go to talk to somebody, even if you do stumble over your words, there's something kind of endearing about that because you tried anyways.
Yes. And I just want to say to, I mean, all the women here, from my perspective, there's like nothing I would want more than just like a random stranger to hit on me. Like, I don't, I don't like women. Don't be scared. Like, it's like I think men are fucking deprived of that. They need somebody coming. Like I get the whole like, men are confident, men, but like there is there is a hole that's missing in men of like compliments and interest out of nowhere without, like unsolicited, or wait, is it unsolicited or solicited? Whatever it is. It's
Unsolicited, yeah.
yeah, it's unsolicited approaching. It's like that. I'm deprived of that. And I have just like I've just been able to shut that need or like desire off and just accepted that, hey, listen, if I want relationships, I have to do everything. And that's how it is. I have to do everything. And when something happens where I don't have to do anything, I'm like, wow, this feels amazing. Like this is great. Um, because at least for me and for men that I know, like it really does feel like, all right, fuck, all right, we met her and she said she wanted to hang out, and I got her contact, and all right, now let's see if I can make this date work. Okay. All right, I made the date work. Like, let's see if I can get through this date and she doesn't, like, she wants to see me again. Like that's how it's constantly feeling for guys.
But it is funny too when we talk about the way that we can have a craving to like rush intimacy,
Mm-hmm.
like we were saying, and also just I think that at least for me, when I've kind of slowed down and not had uh, this thing that I'm chasing, but rather just focus on connection itself in any capacity,
Yeah.
even if it's just in this conversation, even if it's just for this 2 hours. Okay, now it's been for a week, but connection itself, if you can just be focused on that,
Mm.
then all of your interactions can be fulfilling to a degree. And
Yeah.
then you're not feeling as, yeah, unfulfilled
Yeah.
about like whatever long-term goal you have. Of course, it's great to like work towards something, and having like countless situationships after situationship is not ideal, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know, to find value in the small connections that you have too, I feel like takes off a lot of the pressure.
Mm. You are one present motherfucker, Britt. Um, and when you
I've
spoke
lived a
about
life.
presence, yeah, when you spoke about presence in terms of how to actually interact with strangers, I mean, that's literally like the the basis of the foundations of what I like to talk about when talking about socializing. It's like presence is number one. And it's because, you know, like I said before, like you kind of shed that egoic brain and just kind of feel love, and you start noticing all of the little things like you were mentioning, like, oh, the little funny thing that happened there that you could comment on. Because when we're in
Mm-hmm.
our heads, we're thinking and we're planning.
And we're
But
scripting, yeah.
yes, and which is why improv is such like an amazing thing, because a resource, because like it just helps people with social skills in general, because it helps people just be on their feet, notice things, and then react to them in the moment. Have you ever taken improv?
So I used to teach a musical theater program when I was teaching dance, and so I've never actually taken improv myself, but I've done activities when I was teaching.
Mm,
Um, so
nice.
definitely not an expert, but it's a
But
thrill.
yeah, it's in your world. It's in your kind of lifestyle, you know, peripheral.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Um, all right.
Is that something you have a big history with?
Uh, I took an improv class before, but I've read two improv books, and they really were life changing. So many
Improv
ahas.
book.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, it is funny, but it's basically the guy that kind of created modern improv. And so he was just so much of what he was talking about had so basically nothing to do with structure. He was not talking anything at all about structure of a how an improv scene works. He talked about just getting in the right headspace and how to react. And something so huge he would talk about is be boring, be normal, be boring. And why? Because to you, you're boring. To somebody that has never seen you before, you're boring is the unique you that you are. And when you are trying not to be boring, you are leaving that. And also, like we talked about, you're kind of exhausting yourself by thinking and going too far outside of the scope of what should naturally be happening in an improv scene. And so a lot of that,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all parallels with real socializing.
And I feel like the same way improv, like conversation itself, if you're truly on the leading edge of it, it is a game. Like if you can be present and in tune with somebody else, there is this back and forth, and you can find
Yes.
your own language where you're,
Mm.
you know, you're coming up with references, and you're, I don't know. I
Yes.
also, it's funny, I met somebody else recently too. And so I'm talking to somebody else right now as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a completely different sense of humor. And when I taught, we even called it out. I said, like, when I talk to you, I feel like I'm playing a game. And he was like, yeah,
Mm.
it feels like I'm trying to solve a puzzle when we're talking, because
Mm.
we're always we're trying to like relate and somehow like make a joke about things, but we're
Mm.
also trying to like get to know each other. And I
Yeah.
feel like you can't do that if you have a script in your head, because people
Yes.
aren't going to follow your script. And then
Yes.
what?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you. That's it. I mean, I think really good conversation really does kind of look like an improv scene, um, and follow all the rules of improv. I mean, yes and is basically the only real rule of improv. Are you aware of that
Right. Yeah, I've
phrase?
heard. Yeah. And so you just continue to add.
Yeah, you take what the person said and then you add on top of it. And then the other
Mm-hmm.
person says, well, I take what you said and now I'm going to add on top of that, and then back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, Britt, do you want to hold on one second? There's a plane. uh, quite often on this podcast, on this show, my viewers and sometimes guests play a little bit of what I call a mock date, where basically it's a fake date. It's not real. It's just two people talking to each other. Would you want to go on a mock date with somebody in the chat?
Okay.
Yeah, I like
Sure.
I like kind of like just throwing it on guests instead of warning them beforehand, because I think that's more fun. But
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not?
cool. Awesome. So I'm going to bring him in because my viewers, they're always waiting in the Zoom, just hanging out for perhaps a moment to get on stream. And so this is going to be David.
Okay.
David's an awesome guy. So this is going to be David. Oh, and David, mute. Mute the stream, David. Mute this stream.
All right, we are muted.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second, buddy. Your video's not on though. There you go. Awesome. 1 second, bud. Let me just fix this. Okay. Now, Britt, can you see David?
I can.
David, can
Hi,
you see
David. How you
Britt?
doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you, Brittany?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Cool. So David's done this before. He knows the rules. And just to clarify again and head it home, this is not real. So you guys are not actually on a date. So you guys are not actually going to, you don't need to feel like anything that you say has consequence. Also,
That's a lot of freedom.
yeah. Also, this is not about doing good. Okay? This is for fun. This is for play. This is for practice. This is for just kind of letting loose. We were all in a pandemic for years, and we haven't been talking to people. And Britt is a professional stranger talker to her. And David, well, actually, I'm not going to talk about David. David could talk about himself. But I just wanted that to be clear. You guys just have fun. It'll be 5 minutes. Maybe I'll pop in every now and then to, see how it's going or give some tidbits or something like that along the way. I'm going to mute. Hey, guys, take it away.
Thank you, Anthony.
Just make believe you're on a date. Just act like you guys are going to a bar or something. Bye.
Hi, I like your style.
Thank you. What catches your eye about it?
Hold on. Before I go on, you guys never actually met. So let's say this is a blind date. You guys are meeting for the first time. It's a blind date. You don't even know who each other is. All right, continue.
Well, I actually don't know who you are. So.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, how are you? I'm David. What's your name?
I'm Brittany, but I go by Britt.
Britt, it is so nice to meet you.
You as well.
Thank you. My one family friend, her name is Brittany, and she is a person that is pursuing Broadway right now. So that's what comes to my mind when I hear Brittany.
See, that sounds like she's doing Brittany justice by doing that, it feels like.
Yeah.
The name Brittany.
I heard, well, actually, just say heard. We're meeting for the first time. I was going to reference something earlier. So, what are you into? Something like you seem like you would be into I don't know, fashion or something, because I like what your style is. So maybe, I don't know, fashion designer or something.
Fashion design. Honestly, I feel like I'm all for expressing your personality through your clothes. I'm not big on whatever's trending. I'm just trying to express myself through my wardrobe. How would you categorize your style?
I'd have to say my style is, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm the same way. I find something that I like and then I just buy it. Like this, for example, like this sweatshirt I'm wearing, which is really comfortable, by the
It
way.
looks cozy. It
Yeah,
looks like a teddy bear.
like pretty much, yeah. Like I feel like I'm a Wookiee wearing this. I kind
Perfect.
of joke around with people that like I killed a bear or something, and then I'm just wearing
Do you
this.
have an impression, a Wookiee impression?
That's my best.
It's good. I'm convinced. If I couldn't see you, I would think, whoa, there's a Wookiee in here.
Yeah, I just need to go. Anyway,
Honestly, this is good.
I really appreciate it. Yeah.
I
I
don't
want
have any other impressions. Sorry.
impressions. That's a good question. If I had
Do you have other accents or impressions that you do?
I got New York. How you doing?
Okay.
I'm doing fine, man. I like coffee, I like walking and talking.
You're doing
I,
one of those two. You're doing the second one great.
yeah. Yeah. Um, I've had to. Well, see, I'm an actor, so I
Mm.
would like to be one. I'm pursuing acting. I'm studying at a university right now,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
I know we're like talking about Wookiees and stuff. Like maybe my breakout role will be like a Wookiee.
Hey, I mean, I think you've got the impression down, so that's great. And so that's how you know your other friend Brittany through acting.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's like a family friend. Yeah, and she's kind of like gave me some like industry advice and stuff. And she's like a great singer. So,
Oh, fabulous. I cannot sing, so it's good that
like,
one of
I,
the Britneys can.
gotcha. I feel like people that say they can't sing can sing. Like,
Look, I know everyone has their range, but am I
like,
going to do karaoke? No, I've actually never done karaoke. Look at me. I'm ready to talk to strangers, but if you make me sing, I will cry.
gotcha. Um, I like I'm like in between with like the singing. Like, I'm trying to get like training and stuff. I've never like I've just been always kind of told I'm bad at it, but I want to change that because like um I did
Well, as
this.
an actor, don't you kind of want to have that in your back pocket? Don't they ask you to toss out a song here and there for a lot of roles?
Yeah, for sure. When I you've probably heard of the Music Man, right?
Sorry, I heard of.
The Music Man, the musical.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. 76 trombones with the Harold Hill. And I remember because I like stopped acting like after my eighth grade play, which was The Boyfriend. And I just was like, I'm going to stop acting. And then I'm like, I'm just going to give it a try again and work hard as I can to get the main role. And I'm like, I'm going to try to shoot for the main character, Harold Hill, but I can't sing. So
And so you did your Wookiee impression.
yep, I went up, did my probably sounds so ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, I trained so like I literally memorized like two of the monologues, or like no, it was like three that we had the choice to do. I memorized all of them, and I remember I was practicing the song 76 trombones and just doing it over and over and over and over and over again. And I'll tell you, I didn't even know what pitch was. You know what pitch is? Like you match the
Don't know
pitch.
her. Yep.
Don't know her. Is that what you said? Don't know
Yep.
her.
Yes.
Like I don't know pitch.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, no, pitch. I finally figured out what pitch was by being able to match it. And when I was practicing the song, I eventually was able to match pitch, and I did the audition. It was all right, but like the music director's like, "Wow, David, you've really like improved like from before." Because like the first audition I've ever had, I had to sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb," and I was
Oh,
just,
yeah. A
just like
banger.
around. I'm just like, "Mary had a little lamb." Like,
Oh my God, we're getting samples of the work. This is fantastic.
thank you. Anyways, let's talk about you.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Um, you like books? Like, I don't know. I feel like you're a big book
You
reader.
read?
Read at all? You read the news?
You ever been to the library? Honestly, lately I have definitely been more into audiobooks than physical books. I work as a creative assistant for a small dinnerware company, and so a lot of my job, I create a lot of content and like visual stuff. So lately, the audiobooks have been great to listen to while I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm typically just obsessing over psychology.
It's like
Having, yep, this whole brain thing is really interesting to me. So,
brain. I
yeah,
think we all have brains.
most of us seem to, some of us seem to not.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I question people, but yes,
Yeah.
uh, we do have brains. That's interesting. Psychology. Now, is psychologist Freud, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, he's a little controversial, not really on the same page
Gotcha.
as
I'm
him
not
with most things.
gotcha. I'm not too familiar with the psychology world, so I just heard his name pop up before, so that's why.
Honestly, I was thinking this earlier this week. I don't have the greatest memory for uh like the name, the people behind the theories. Theories stick out to me, but I cannot always remember whose they were. But
Gotcha.
yeah, no, being alive really fascinates me.
Yeah, it's like yeah, being alive certainly fascinates me too. It's like um we're all like sharing the same experience. Like I don't know. It's just like I remember the flashbacks when I was like younger. Like a certain snippets. Like how am I here? Like how did I get here? Like what is going on? Like we're all this like planet.
What is time?
Like what is like I don't know what is going on, but it's like yeah, it's definitely fascinating and like I don't know. I really like psychology and like kind of reading about it and stuff. Um, just thinking about it right now. I had this one book. It's like How to Read Anybody. I let this
Oh,
girl
interesting.
borrow it. Yeah, I let this girl borrow it, and she never returned it. And I'm just remembering I was like I sent her a reminder text like to please return it to me, and I even like talked to her in person. She's like, "Yeah, I'll return it back to you." And I'm just thinking about it now because I moved to a new place right now.
You're never getting it back.
I'm not getting it back. So I'm just like, shoot, I should have never let her have it. I guess she can have the book and absorb how to read
But
anybody.
that's how books go, right? There, it's good to let the knowledge continue.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I guess I got what I needed from it, so.
Yeah, look, you got to bring it up in a conversation right now.
Yeah, I guess I remember like I guess I sometimes think about it too, like certain points like that this person made. I don't know. Really interesting stuff though with um, psychology. I always like thinking about it and how it relates to acting. So, like,
Yeah, for me, like my biggest, one of my, I, the thing that I love the most about life is laughing. And so I feel like I like to think about the barriers that keep people from laughing. I don't
gotcha.
know. Yeah, I think about that a lot. I feel like when you can laugh at something, it's actually also really intelligent because you're able to see the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm here for the giggles.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely. I like. Yeah, I think like comedy. With everything, like when people do comedy, I guess it kind of is something that I don't know rushes off the dopamine in people's brains and stuff, and it kind of I don't know it I don't know brings people together in a way.
One of my favorite feelings ever is thinking back about being in elementary school or in high school and the teacher's teaching and you cannot laugh, and that's exactly when things are the most hysterical, that kind of like desperate laughter where you just cannot help yourself. um yeah, I feel like I'm always chasing um that kind of laughter.
Gotcha. Sounds like you like to
I like to have a good time.
yeah you like to have a good time and kind of want to be like a almost like a kid in a way, like have that kind of like child mindset of like
Oh, I am so
Yeah.
playful. I am always here for a nice sensory experience. I yeah, I feel like I'm dog sitting right now and I'm loving it because I literally just run around and scream like a child and it's so fun.
All right, guys,
It's
let's
like
take a quick break, real quick. Um, how's it going?
I think it's going good.
Yeah, how?
Yeah.
What? Tell me how you're like feeling right now, David.
I feel like my burrito is settling in, but anyways, um, no, I'm feeling good. Uh, yeah,
And what do you like about Brett?
I like how she's really present. Like she's mentioned that before, obviously, but yeah, she definitely is, and like, yeah, playful, fun to chat with, keeping things light.
Nice. Um, and Brett, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like we're playing.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Um, have you guys? I mean, I think you're kind of hovering around this similarity, but I know that you guys both have a big relationship with your bodies and how they move. Uh, and I think that would be an interesting thing to kind of talk about and kind of relate in your own unique ways. You want you guys just I don't know, see what happens if you talk about that stuff. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go away now. Bye.
Just
I'll have you guys
mic
talk a
drop.
couple more minutes. Yeah.
Okay, sounds
Sure.
good. All right. So yeah, so what do you think? Your thoughts on what you just said?
uh, it's very vague, which is funny. Uh, it's like, hey, you're both alive. What does movement mean to you? What is he referring to
I
for
keep it vague
you?
purposely. Yeah.
I know, I figured.
But I'm just thinking of movement right now. I'm just thinking about just like dancing and stuff right now.
Yeah. You a big dancer?
Yeah.
Like professionally, in your bedroom, on at the club, like
Should we do like a spin or something right now? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I like doing it. Well, here, let's set the ground. I like dancing. I have a passion for it. Um, I would like to, improve upon that. My dad was a professional dancer in Hollywood,
oh, beautiful.
and I kind of picked it up like when I was 13. Started off with ballroom, and then I did at 17. I did tap, jazz, and ballet. Like I joined a dance studio, and
Nice.
that was really awesome, fun, and I don't know. I really like dancing in my room though sometimes too. Even though like I have like this little bit of training, and I still like to continue that training because I would like to be a well-rounded actor. But sometimes I just like I'm like listening to some songs. What's that one song? Make my dreams come true or something. It's like an 80s song.
Oh, who's that? But yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So I like to jam out, when I'm like, dancing or something, get the groove on.
Yeah. No, it's a another form of play.
I, yeah. Well, so yeah, I want to hear what you got to say about movement.
Yeah, I grew up dancing and I used to teach. I stopped teaching, I think in 2018. Um, I did I did a mix of things. I went to an arts high school, so I did a lot of dance in high school. Then it kind of transitioned into teaching, and now I no longer teach, and the extent of my dance career happens in my living room and on public dance floors, and honestly down the street if it's, you know, if the song is right and the weed has been smoked.
Oh,
But yeah, no, I find it. I really like freestyle movement. I feel like it helps me process emotions. I feel like it's a great way to get out of my head and like ground myself. So honestly, I dance probably every day, every other day. It's a big part of my life for sure.
Yeah. That's awesome. Dance, yeah, dance. That's great. That's so cool. You'll have to teach me. I
Well,
still want to learn like so much more with dancing. Like I literally like try and learn other types of dancing. Like what was that? Learn
well,
recently.
but I feel like the most useful thing you can do for your own style is to work on freestyle, because you can take as much technical classes, as many technical classes as you want, but if you don't have personality that you're bringing to it, it's not going to have any substance. And I feel like that's something that you can't be taught. You have to like just throw down when you're alone and have a little step up moment.
So that's your tip right there. Keep on doing the jam outs in my room.
Yeah, like find the way that your body naturally moves, because then it's not going to feel same with like what we're talking about with conversation, right? Like if you try to force it, it's going to look awkward, but um, if you just move the way your body already feels inclined to, then you're going to look better. Even if what I like to, so something that I've realized lately, if a professional dancer looked at my dances, I would, I'm sure they would see it as gibberish, because I'm not using like real technical moves in the same way that, you know, you would teach a combo, but my personality shines through and you can see that. So I feel like that's even more entertaining than somebody who just does a bunch of splits and flips and things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personally, like those are impressive, but I feel like if you want to like connect with somebody's movement, you need to see who they are shine through it.
For sure. Like I think that's like the yeah, a lot of the same thing with like how I feel about acting or like singing or like anything that you kind of like learning like um because I'm trying to still like improve my voice and stuff, and I just figured out it's like you just gotta try to sound like you just gotta let your own voice kind of go through, or like when you're acting you gotta let you know you gotta allow you gotta throw away layers and just kind of you know bring what you have to the table sort of thing.
Yeah, like the essence of who you are, like because I'm sure with acting, this is something that I've always found really interesting, is like the stage direction, not like the lines, but actually how they're telling you like where you should be standing or what your body language should be doing. But I'm sure there's also so much of that that's just up for interpretation, and I feel like the way that you deliver those elements of acting are what really create that full picture of what your skills are, not just the fact that you memorize lines, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lines are like one thing that's like my acting professor said here, like that's like your foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a very like person that will prep so freaking hard when it comes to like lines, and I'll just like repeat it until it's like I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
I could like toss up a ball and just say my lines. So, but yeah, that's like your foundation. And then from that, like, what can you do to kind of play around with the the lines and see what you can do through yourself.
Yeah, how you can like jazz it up and bring David into it.
Mm-hmm. And in the David Gold into it. Like,
Right. Sorry. Add the last name.
yes, David Gold. But yeah, like that's what I want to bring to each performance, you know, and you know, you want to bring in Brits, you know, I don't know,
Essence.
essence. I don't.
My
I
essence.
essence to the dance.
All right, cool. Let's stop there, guys. Awesome job. Gonna clap it up for y'all and everybody in the live chat. Clap it up for these two for their courage to be vulnerable enough to go on a mock date on a live stream like this. Britt, I imagine you haven't done a mock date before. How did it feel?
Uh, it's just a conversation.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
David, what about you?
About the mock day, I felt good. I've been on this before, and it was cool. It was cool to like, yeah, like I could tell like Britt is very like chill and stuff, and yeah, I felt like it was like talking and just like relating to another person. I really like that.
David, did it feel like that you were on a date, like what you would be like if you were on a date, the way you were interacting?
I had to think about that. I would think so.
Yeah, you dropping the Wookiee impressions on dates?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yes. I think so. Because, well, of course, like recently with what Anthony's and stuff has been, teaching, I try to like create like fun, or just with anybody or someone I'm interested in. I try to keep it fun. I try to, what he says is like hang out with like your best friend or something. So, I always like try to have fun. So.
Nice. All right. So before we get going, guys, I want to thank you for so much for doing this. Just tell each other something that you found unique or special about each other.
So, I'll go first here. I was just getting up so I could see you more. I liked your sense of style, Brittany. You're also very pretty. I like the nose ring too.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. And Brittany?
Sorry, things were lagging and I wasn't sure if he was still talking.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm gonna think about the Wookiee impression. Yeah, I feel like you were easy to chat with, which I appreciate. And yeah, that's a memorable impression you have there.
Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. David, I'm going to kick you off. Thank you for coming, buddy. I hope to see you again next week. You have any last words before you disappear?
This was really fun. Thank you, Anthony. It was really nice meeting you, Britt.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, good luck on your future date with this. All right?
Thanks.
Peace.
Nice. What a sweet guy. What a stand-up guy. Cool. So how'd it go for you? We are at the end of the podcast.
How, like the whole thing or the date?
Yeah, the whole thing, the whole entire podcast. How'd it go?
I've had a blast. This has been great. I'm really happy you reached out. Yeah.
Yay. I'm so happy you responded. Yeah. I mean, I said it in the DMs, but I feel like eventually you're going to be some sort of coachy type thing. I don't know. I just feel like you have those vibes. You just have, I mean, you were spitting gems so easily. Yeah, I think you're just like a wise person when it comes to being yourself, being present,
Half
being happy.
Ancient, half child. That's my favorite.
Ooh, well that's it. I'm just child. So I mean, I need to get the other half. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for wearing the bikini bottom outfit. Wait, hold on. I just need to prove this because I don't know what I'm talking about. But hold on one second.
Like, do you need a wider shot?
Hold on one second. I just Googled bikini bottom design and it's just bikinis.
Yeah, that's gonna be something.
Yeah.
Just ass everywhere.
Oh yeah. It was. All right, hold on. I just typed in SpongeBob.
Are you complaining?
Okay. You didn't hear me complaining. Okay, so hold on. 1 second. I'm finding it. Where are we here? Okay, here we go.
The anticipation.
Yes. 1 second. Let's see if this works still. Hold on. Yes, it does, but on the wrong window. Okay, 1 second. Don't go anywhere. I swear there's going to be a payoff here. I swear. Okay. You could look at the stream if you want.
I've been looking at the stream.
Okay. I mean, a little bit. Maybe.
Okay. I see color scheme for sure.
Yeah, the color scheme, but I
For
thought there
sure.
were like designs. Wait, can you zoom in on you? In other words, move closer to the camera. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I see a pineapple. Okay. There's a freaking
Where-
pineapple on your
where do-
shirt, dude. In the
Where?
wait. I'm really like stretching on this one.
Yeah,
But
really.
okay, if you look at the
Squint your eyes and turn around and jump 3 times.
the one that's on the edge of your shirt. The one that's on the edge of your shirt in the middle. Up. No, on the like towards your buttons area is what I mean, edge. Yeah, right there. Look at the lining of that box. Pineapples, brah.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on.
It's a
Yeah.
stretch, but I'm on your
Yeah,
podcast.
it's a really big
so-
stretch. I don't know why my brain saw
I'll let you have
bikini
it.
bottom, but that's what I saw. And that is where I shall leave you.
All right. All right.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. You were amazing as I thought you would be. It was just so great to talk to you.
Yeah, no, it was an absolute pleasure. Great chatting with you too. I really enjoyed myself.
Awesome. Great. Well, you got anything else you want to say? You got last words?
Live a little.
Nice. Live a little. You hear it? You heard it from the female pickup artist.
That's me.
Yeah.
I gotta change
Now your
my
brand-
TikTok username.
Imagine if you got like a call from like, you know, a network news station. It was like, I heard you are the female pickup artist. Would you like to come on the show tomorrow? Like,
my
that's not
gosh.
what I was trying to you know, like I'm totally
I mean, hey,
changing
if
your
I can
narrative.
empower,
Yeah.
if I can empower women, I am not mad about it.
Yeah. No, but honestly, that's what it's all about. Like I just want everybody to just normally, naturally talk to strangers in a really fun, positive way without having to think, oh, I have to do it like this, or men should be doing it to me, or it's weird that I do it. It's not ladylike. Like, listen, fuck that. The people that are going to like you are going to like what you want to do. Yeah.
Amen.
All right.
Cheers.
Amen.
All of the agreement.
All right. Cool. Maybe I'll talk to you soon.
Maybe.
If you ever have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. All that stuff.
Same here.
All righty. Have a good night. Have a good Thursday. Have a good weekend.